Pop quiz, my dear viewer, and do be honest, is a senator a member of Congress? If you said no, you're wrong. If you said yes, you're also about to be surprised. Settle in, this gets delightfully odd. Here lies the muddle. Most people use the word congressman to mean a member of the House of Representatives. But technically, senators are members of Congress too. Today you'll learn the real difference, who holds which powers, and who to actually call. Why bother? Because once you understand these two chambers, every confusing Washington headline suddenly makes sense. Why bills stall, why hearings happen, why your one phone call sometimes works. It's the cheat code for the news, shall we? Congress is the branch of government that writes the laws, and it's split into two chambers, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Think of it as one firm with two very different boards, and both must agree. The House has 435 voting members, called representatives. When someone says congressman or congresswoman, this is almost always who they mean. It's the bigger, louder, busier chamber, rather like a crowded lecture hall if I'm honest. The Senate has exactly 100 members, 2 per state, no matter the size. California gets 2, Wyoming gets 2. Every state stands equal in that room, which was entirely the point. More on why in a moment. Why 2 chambers? In 1787, big states wanted seats based on population. Small states demanded equality. The Great Compromise gave each side a chamber. Population rules the House, equality rules the Senate. Frightfully clever, really. It kept the Union together. And here's why. Washington feels slow. Every single bill must pass both chambers in identical form before the president can sign it. 2 different rooms, 2 different moods, 1 law. That friction isn't a bug, it's the design. Now then, the House. Seats are divided by population. California holds around 52 seats as of the latest count, while several small states hold just 1. The bigger your state, the louder its voice in this particular chamber. Each representative serves 1 district, a slice of the map holding roughly 760,000 people on average. Your rep doesn't answer to the whole state. They answer to your neighborhood, your towns, your slice. That makes them remarkably local creatures. House terms last just 2 years. 2, which means the moment a representative wins, the next campaign has already begun. Picture a treadmill that never stops. Fundraising, town halls, re-election, repeat. It keeps them awfully attentive to voters. The entry requirements are modest, at least 25 years old, a US citizen for 7 years, and a resident of the state you represent. That's it. The founders wanted this chamber young, hungry, and close to ordinary people. Inside, the House runs on majority power. The Speaker of the House controls the agenda, and the majority party largely decides what gets a vote. It's faster, rowdier, and more partisan by design. Strict rules, limited debate, quick decisions. Because every seat resets every 2 years, the House mirrors the public mood almost instantly. When the country swings, the House swings with it. It's the nation's thermometer, terribly sensitive and rather proud of that fact. The Senate plays an entirely different game. A senator represents the whole state, every city, every farm, every voter in it. Wyoming's 600,000 people get 2 senators. California's 39 million get, also 2. Equality, remember? Senate terms run 6 years, and they're staggered so only about a third of seats face election at a time. The chamber never fully resets. That gives senators a longer horizon, room to think past the next news cycle. The bar is set higher too. Senators must be at least 30 years old and citizens for 9 years. The founders imagined this chamber as the seasoned elder of the pair, fewer members, longer service, cooler heads. In theory. There's a famous old story, likely a legend, I confess, that Washington called the Senate the saucer where hot tea is poured to cool. Whether he truly said it, the image is perfect. The House boils, the Senate cools. And in the Senate, individuals matter enormously. With only 100 members and looser rules, a single senator can slow a bill, block a nomination, or demand changes. In the House, you're one of 435. In the Senate, you're somebody. Now for the superpowers, because each chamber holds cards, the other simply doesn't. First, money. Every bill that raises revenue, taxes, in plain English, must begin in the House. The founders insisted the People's Chamber control the purse. Second, the House holds the power of impeachment. That means it files the formal charges against a president, judge, or official, rather like a grand jury deciding there's a case to answer. A simple majority is enough to impeach. But the trial, that happens in the Senate. Senators sit as the jury, and it takes a 2/3 vote to convict and remove someone from office. The House accuses, the Senate judges. Two chambers, one enormous check on power. The Senate also confirms the president's most important hires: Supreme Court justices, federal judges, cabinet secretaries, ambassadors. None of them take office without Senate approval. The Constitution calls it advice and consent. The House gets no say whatsoever. Treaties, too. When the United States signs a deal with another nation, the Senate must ratify it with a 2/3 vote. One chamber, alone, holding the keys to international agreements. Quite the portfolio for just 100 people, I dare say. So memorize the split. The House controls the wallet and files the accusations. The Senate runs the trials, confirms the people, and blesses the treaties. Neither chamber outranks the other. They simply hold completely different weapons. Now for the secrets most people never learn. Until 1913, ordinary Americans didn't elect senators at all. State legislatures chose them behind closed doors. The 17th Amendment changed that, finally putting the choice in your hands. Rather recent, no? Strange fact too, the House includes members who can't vote on final bills. Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, and other territories send delegates who debate and serve on committees, yet when the big vote arrives, they must sit it out. Fact 3. District sizes vary wildly. Because every state gets at least one representative and seats come in whole numbers, some members represent hundreds of thousands fewer people than others. Equal representation, it turns out, is mathematically rather messy. And the famous filibuster? Senate only. And it appears nowhere in the Constitution. It's simply a chamber rule that lets debate run forever, which today means most big bills effectively need 60 votes to move. The House has nothing like it. Here's a statistic worth chewing on. In most recent election cycles, well over 90% of House incumbents who run again win again. Voters routinely tell pollsters they disapprove of Congress, then re-elect their own member. How perfectly absurd. So how do you actually use any of this? Simple. It tells you which door to knock on. You have exactly 3 people in Congress, 1 representative and 2 senators, and they handle very different kinds of problems. Stuck passport, missing veterans' benefits, a social security tangle? That's casework, and your House Representatives office lives for it. It's how they win your district. Senators run casework teams too, so for stubborn problems, contact all 3. Care about a judge's confirmation or a treaty? Only your senators vote on those. Care about a tax bill's origin? It starts in the House. Match your message to the chamber that actually holds the power, that's the trick. It also explains their behavior. A representative on a 2-year clock must please voters constantly, quick wins, local headlines. A senator on a 6-year clock can weather storms and take slower bets. Same building, utterly different incentives. Your homework, should you accept it, spend 5 minutes finding your 1 representative and 2 senators. Names, party, committees. That's the whole task. You'll instantly read political news differently because you'll know exactly whose job each story is. And don't feel sheepish if this was all new. Civics is taught badly and forgotten quickly. You're hardly alone. The fact that you're here, learning how your own government works, puts you ahead of most of the room. Well done. Right then, the whole picture in one breath. Congress is both chambers. The House, 435 members, elected by districts of roughly 760,000 people, 2-year terms, age 25 and up. It starts tax bills and files, impeachment charges. The People's Chamber, fast and feisty. The Senate, 100 members, 2 per state, 6-year terms, age 30 and up. It tries impeachments, confirms judges in cabinets, and ratifies treaties. And yes, a senator is absolutely a member of Congress. You can win that argument now. My dear viewer, A question for the comments. Did you know senators were members of Congress, or did this catch you out? Confess below. Then like, subscribe for one splendid explanation at a time, and share this with a friend.